What's up?
Damn, so you just coming out of the doctor's or something?
Man, I had to get blood work today. It's all good.
So we'll give you guys a few minutes to get them headphones and microphones situated.
Yup.
Yeah.
Tam, we was saying a couple minutes ago how when you came to visit us, what was that, maybe 3-4 weeks ago, you and your pops, how your Instagram was just a dot, what was it, Dot Junior, right?
Yeah.
And now you was able to get your name.
Yeah.
And we actually talked about it on the show. How were you able to get your Instagram name changed?
I literally just tried to change it, and then it was all of a sudden available.
Okay.
Before, when I tried to do that before, it was never like I could do it, and then it was like this unlock button was put on my name, so I just.
Was that before or after the announcement of the fight?
It was like the same, all in the same day that all happened.
Damn, the power of social media.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You look very happy.
I am. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here again. And like I said last time I was here, you know, Allah takes nothing away from you without giving you equal or greater. So here I am.
For sure, man. Yeah, and you know, sticking to exactly what you just said, right? People feel like, oh, you just lost to Lippy Morrison, right? So you're probably going to be vulnerable for Jake. But I feel the opposite. If the weight cut doesn't affect you, you're a big guy. Like, I'm seeing you in person. Like, you're a big guy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I took and I didn't even fight Lippy. I fought Kenzie.
Oh.
So I took Kenzie's size for granted.
Yes.
He was in there, and he was bigger than me, and he was taller than me, bigger than me, way more than me.
And you took them shots for a while.
I did, and but I actually took just the sheer size. I took it for granted, and you know, it's something that you don't really realize until you in there. It's
kind of like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it took Deontay. Look at the weight difference between the first fight and the third fight. He knew that he had to be bigger, and you know.
But Jake is taking that advantage away from you by putting you in all these weight cuts and restrictions. Can you just walk us through exactly what is going on with the weight?
We found different things on the internet, so we just want to hear it out the horse's mouth.
Well, he thinks that, you know what I'm saying, that's going to play to his advantage, but really it's getting me in, and you know, I've had to just up my track workouts. Now my track workouts longer, and I wasn't even on the track like that before in my career. Now I'm on the track 3-4 times a week. I mean, strength and conditioning almost every day, and on top of all of that, I'm in the boxing gym every single day. So, you know, he really just lit a fire in me, and it just, you know, it's just more work. And the biggest thing has been actually the nutrition. Me bringing in a nutritionist and being able to fuel myself for all these workouts and be able to give them all 100% so that the weight could come down and I could actually feel like a pro athlete while I'm performing and doing my job.
For sure. So how much did you weigh the day you got the call, hey, you want this Jake Paul fight?
A lot. Too much. I weighed a lot.
What?
I mean, all right, so at the weigh-in for my last fight, I was 224. And then, you know, this call came almost like a month and a half after that. And, you know, nobody's walking around at the weight that they fight in. So
what?
It was like probably 230, 232, something like that.
And you have to be 215?
No, I had to be 200.
Whoa.
At the weigh-in, and then 215 the morning of, is that correct?
214 the next day at noon.
Okay, 214.
And then afternoon you can go up.
Yeah, but that's not what they had offered at first. You know, they sent me a contract, and they had it. They was like, look, you this is a non-negotiable deal. You cannot negotiate on this deal. We're not taking anything. It's take it or leave it. And from Jake's mouth, if you don't take it, he'll never fight you again. He'll never give you this opportunity to be able to fight him again. So I looked at it like, you know, this is not the toughest opponent I had, and it's the most money that I've been offered. So I'm like, I got to roll with that. I can make the weight. I fought at cruiserweight as an amateur, So I was like, you know, it's been a few years, but I can get back down there. So I'm just about to prove the world wrong.
How much you weighing today?
Today I am not far. I'm on track to hit the weight. I'm thinking I may even weigh in 199. If you know,
So
if I stay on the track that I am now.
I was arguing with Ibn, the coach.
My uncle.
Oh, that's your. Oh shit! No wonder. No wonder, bro. I'm going at. He's like, man, he gonna knock him out. He gonna knock him out. And I came in the next morning like, yo, let's check the line, man. I was arguing with Cody Crowley trainer, and he gonna knock him out. So now I'm looking for you to knock him out. But I'm arguing for Jake. I'm like, this guy's the real deal. I feel like he's the real deal. We got cases. See, people don't think so because of the whole social media, but think of Sergio Martinez. He started at 21. Mm-hmm. Jake ain't that old. He started about the same age as Sergio Martinez. So Martinez obviously was some sort of soccer player or something. So people say, at least he was an athlete. I think Jake is taking it serious. We've interviewed enough people that have sparred him. You yourself have sparred him. But Steve Cunningham is someone I respect. And he's a two-time world champion, cruiserweight. And he speaks highly of Jake Paul. You've been in there with him, man. What did you think? Because I hear that was, what, three years ago?
Yeah, it was like 18 months ago and then probably 24 months ago. I sparred him twice. So
How much of a novice was he when you sparred him? Did he seem like a novice when you sparred him?
The first time he was very green, and then the second time it was like, okay, he take this serious. He's been doing it, but it's really difficult to gauge someone when you have handicaps on you, like when it's like, don't go too hard on this guy, or he's not gonna pay you, or
he's not gonna pay you.
Don't go too hard on this guy. We're not going to be able to get him to pay you. And then, we was in the middle of a pandemic at the time. Nobody had any fights except for him. So, and Tyson and Jones. So he had already been in training camp for months and months because the fight was supposed to be in September. Then it got pushed back to November. Mm-hmm. I was brought in to spar him one time in October. So it was like, okay, I just get off the couch and box this dude. But, I couldn't turn southpaw. Couldn't really put my full effort forth, so they didn't ask me to, but I only used one hand when I was boxing him, just to show like this dude not nowhere near my level. So and I didn't even let them know that until after I had already signed the fight. Like, all right, well now when y'all, because I know they got the footage, so I'm like, all right, now when y'all go look at the footage, now y'all gonna see like, dang, he really was only using one hand, and that's just something I kept in my mind and in my back pocket. But more power to him. He think he gonna come. He think he gonna win and do his thing. And I'm just here to fight.
Now, can you talk about the financial penalties? In case you do miss weight.
We've seen you on social media mention that.
Obviously, $5,000 ain't much money. Especially when a professional fighter got to pay managers, got to pay promoters, got to pay for camps, got to pay everybody and their mother. So can you talk about that really quick?
I mean, that's only if I don't do what I'm supposed to do.
Okay,
that's only if I don't come in at the weight that I signed to come in at. I have every intent on coming in at the weight that I signed, the cruiserweight limit. And it's gonna be. I plan on putting on the show.
But you ain't been cruiserweight since the amateurs.
Right. True.
How long ago was that?
2014, almost 8 years since I fought down there. But I mean,
you watch boxing?
Of course.
So how are you not gonna be Chad Dawson in the Andre Ward fight?
Much respect to Chad, but I just believe that I'm taking the weight off the right way, the correct way. And just like how Roy Jones lost all that weight and went down. Well, he fought John Reeves and lost all that weight and went down to Fort Tarver. But this is from the beginning. I felt like this was like a setup, but they didn't know what I was doing or what I was planning to do before before they hit me for this fight. And like I said, how I avoid that is bringing the weight down correctly. My nutritionists are the best in the game. My trainers and my coaches
Who'd you hire?
Are the best in the game. I have Javier and Paulina. I don't know they last names, but I got Javier and Paulina. They well known throughout the UFC and throughout USA boxing, and they the best at this. And I can see it clearly in my weight coming down. And they check on me every day. I got my they've literally fed me every meal for this camp. I already have them.
Also, they prepare the meals.
Of course, and they prepared the meals, sent them to me, and all I do is just stick to my grind, and I'm grinding hard. I'm losing the weight. I don't believe that the weight to be a factor. Shout out to the New York State Athletic Commission for giving me the extra weight that they did, because the original weight that they sent, it just wasn't gonna fly with the commission. So they gave me a little extra weight, so I got some extra pounds there, and I got some extra time. So I just think that on August 6th, man, I don't know how anybody could look at Jake's last fight against Woodley and just be like, oh, this guy has such an awesome skill set, because he doesn't. That fight, he looked like he would never fight on pay-per-view or headline Showtime again, up until he landed that last shot. And and when you look at my fight, I look just as good as any prospect that's out there for the first 4 rounds. I believe that I know what I did wrong, and that can be corrected. But can the what he has to correct is far leaps and bounds to what I had to correct. When you watch him fight, he makes so many mistakes. I mean, just the way he throws punches, just the way he conducts himself in the ring. I don't see how, people can look at him as this world beater. And, I just look to go out there and stick to the basics of boxing. And, Allah knows best what's going to happen. But I feel like my skill set is much better than his. And the problems that I have, I've corrected. And this is my time.
How many amateur fights do you have?
It's either like 94 or 100 or 104 or something like that. I had like 3 books, so it's hard to count them all up. But
are you even? I mean, I know as a fighter you can't be thinking of it, but if you lose to Jake, that's.
I don't even think about it like that.
There's no such thing as if he loses to Jake.
I mean,
we're not even putting that in
that ring,
in the air. That energy
50-50.
doesn't exist.
This the thing. Like Amanda Serrano said at the press conference. She even said, like, when they asked her about what she thought about the fight, his only chance is the equalizer. So I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna take that away from him. I have so many weapons. If he takes away one of my weapons, I have other weapons to go to. I have other things to go to. Jake Paul is not the most. He's not even probably top 10 people I've been in the ring and fought. When you add in all the amateurs, all the amateur fights I've had, all the tournaments I've been to, went through the Olympic trials, been in the professional. Just my last fight for somebody with 21 fights, 19 knockouts, and I just think that he's not on their level, and I really don't think he's on my level. When the first thing in boxing is the jab, and I just think that my jab is much superior to his, so I just feel.
But what
like
about your stamina?
Because
he's been training.
What about his stamina though? Look at his stamina in his last fight.
But he's been training though.
And I've been training. He been training and I've been training. But he been doing what he doing. And in the press conference, he said he didn't switch nothing up. See, when you get in there and you in that ring, it's not the same as being in the gym. You have to breathe different.
Yeah, the anxiety is definitely gonna be different under them lights.
And one thing for sure, 2 things for certain, he looked completely. Everybody keep talking about my stamina, my cardio, but what about his? He looked crazy in there with Willie.
But he the A side.
But he looked crazy in there with Willie, who's a welterweight.
Still
now he's gonna have a 6'3" heavyweight throwing. I'm gonna be throwing at him. That's completely different. Whether I hit him on the arms, the shoulders,
for sure,
the elbows, it's gonna hit him different. He's never had to deal with that before. Whether he's dealt with it in sparring or not, he's never had to deal with that. No headgear.
That's crazy.
10-ounce gloves under the lights.
I never thought about it because I watch UFC. I'm like, welterweight in UFC is 170. Like Woodley was literally fighting 30 pounds heavy, 25 pounds heavier than.
But he not little, man. I met Woodley. He's He got some size to him, but everything you're saying is true.
Yeah.
When that headgear come off and them gloves get reduced,
I wanted to.
you still a heavyweight. Do you think you will rehydrate?
I know I'm a rehydrate.
Like how many pounds you think you put on? Because again, you ain't been down that low in so long. How do you know what to expect?
This is the thing. When people say it's not like I'm gonna be 200 pounds or 199 pounds for a whole week, I only gotta step on the scale and weigh that and then get off the scale. That's it. I could be that weight for 2 hours and then get off the scale and go right back up. So, it's not like I'm gonna be this weight for such a long, drastic period of time. I only have to step on the scale for that weight. And people who fight at 147, people who fight at 154, they don't walk around at that weight, not even 2-3 days before the fight. They're not even really, sometimes don't even be close to that weight. But they get on the scale, they make the weight, and then they get off the scale, go right back up. So, that's what he's counting on. So, given the fact that we already know what he's counting on my weight and that equalizing my cardio. We know everything that they counting on. So, we coming into the fight prepared.
What could Jay Leon bring to the table? How intimately does he know you being from out here?
I mean, I've known Jay Leon before he even moved out here. I've known him.
So what could he give? What sort of information could he give Jake, or how could he assist Jake in this win? Do you think?
It's nothing that Jay Leon, BJ Flores, whoever else he got in his corner, is absolutely nothing that they could do when Jake Paul gets in there with me, because he cannot pass on his experience to Jake. And you see that in Jake's fights. If you go back and watch Jake versus Willie, and he looks amateurish. He's like swinging arm punches. He's just not that guy that he proclaims himself to be. It was a great shot at the end of the fight, but everything up until that, even the commentators were saying that this fight was looking terrible. That fight looked trash. It looked like a shit sandwich.
He said a shit sandwich. So I gotta ask. Obviously, Zab Judah brings so much to the table, so much knowledge, so much wisdom. Could you just tell us, what he's brought you, what he has brought to you? Obviously, not just in this camp, but in preparation for the fight.
Just that killer mentality, man, and that work ethic. That when we got right back to work, like he told me after the Morrison fight, he told me that it so much reminded him of Zab and Kasazu, where they just went right back to work, and they just had to kill everything that came their way after that, because that was the wake up call for Zab. You was letting me know, before we even got this fight, that that has to be a wake up. It has to be a Kasazu fight. So we didn't think that this was gonna come right to us like this, but it came, and now it's my time to go ahead and do what I got to do. Thank you.
Miss Fina, I feel like you've been you have been all over the world. A very busy woman, from Dubai to Australia, now back to New York, now obviously here in Vegas, in preparation for this big fight. Talk about it. I feel like you got your hands in a little bit of everything.
I mean, it's a blessing. Boxing's a grind. I wear many hats, from advisor to, just a part of the camp, to site coordinator for different promoters, to matchmaking. I've done a bit of that recently, working with my girl Renee Aiken, and I'm doing a show with Thomas Lamana on the 20th. We got Kurt Scooby on that card as well. That's another fighter that I work with. So
we got to see him out here. He was, I think, sparring Devin or someone else at Bones Gym.
I had him out here sparring with Devin. He actually gave Devin the best work. They loved him. Like, they really wanted to take him to Australia, but the timing just wasn't right. But Kurt, y'all look out for Kurt Scooby. Like, he's a great talent.
He be in shape too.
Super shape. Mm-hmm. And he's like, his work ethic is incredible, and he just loves the sport so much. So like, when I see a fighter that's super passionate the way that he is, like, it makes me believe in him. You know what I mean? So and I'm a big advocate for the women You know, I've picked up a few females. Like, obviously, I've had my girl Melissa Hernandez, who I looked up to since MySpace days. I remember we met on MySpace. But, yeah, I mean, the slickest of the slickest. She's sparring with Jelena Majernovic. I hope I said her last name right. I have her fighting on August 27th. I'm doing a show with Deborah King outside of Cleveland.
Yeah, in Warren, Ohio.
Yep, we got Raynell, I think his last name is Williams. He's Montana Love's brother.
Okay.
You know, so we've got a lot of support from Montana. So he's a blessing. I've also joined his team. You know, so, you know, I just got my hands to where I'm going to be appreciated, you know, because I feel like I bring a lot to the table. I'm advising Hasim now, like, but I've always he's been family. Like, he's like a brother to my daughter, you know, like he's been family since the Hit Factory days. So, you know, it's just a blessing to be welcome into all of these camps and to bring something to the table. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing.
And a lot of big camps as well. Obviously, this is a big fight. I do want to go back, but, you know, what do you expect come August the 6th? And obviously not just his performance in the ring, but from the event. You know, it's going to be huge. New York City at the Garden, the Mecca of boxing. Huge moment, not just for Hasim Rahman Jr., but obviously for yourself as well. So I wanted you to kind of touch on that.
You know, listen, it's like, you know, when good things happen, like Devin Haney in Australia, that was my Super Bowl. You know, like I've watched Devin since he was a youngin' in the Hit Factory, and to be a part of his team was a blessing. And I think once one really big thing happens like that, people start to take notice, and that energy keeps rolling. You know what I mean? So we're just rolling now. So this fight, yeah, it's huge, but I'm used to that energy now, and this is the energy I want for my life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, everything big. You know, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it big. And, like, I'm just so happy that Hasim has this opportunity, because it's been a long time coming for him. He's, you know, gone through some things in his life that you know, that he's learned from, and now he's stepping up to the plate, and I feel like he's going to really take advantage of this opportunity, and he's going to shine. I think his boxing skills are far superior to Jake Paul, and I think he's going to give him a boxing lesson. But I also want to say, like, I always gave Jake his kudos. I gave him his flowers, because while a lot of people were hating on Jake, you know, a lot of boxing people, you know, they were like, this guy doesn't deserve the attention he's getting. He hasn't put in the time. He hasn't put in the years. Why is he getting paid this amount of money when fighters, you know, coming in making their pro debut, making $1,500, you know, and all this stuff. But he's brought a lot of viewers to the sport that wouldn't necessarily be boxing fans. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, and then also he did something by, what was it, $1 million that he took out of his own purse and gave to the fighters on the undercard. Floyd never did that. You know what I mean? So it's like where's that kind of energy from fighters that are promoters? Like, why you don't take care of your fighters like Jake Paul just shit on you, basically. Like, he just shit on you as a promoter. Like, the thing is, like, boxers, people think that boxers really get paid. Like, they making all this money. You know, the guys you even see fighting on TV on Showbox, and you know, they really not making that much money.
Right.
You know, so the fact that he did that showed a lot to me, and I respected it. And the fact that he took Amanda Serrano, who was previously one of my fighters when I was with Greg Cohen, Greg put her on TV for the first time, you know, and gave her the opportunity. Mind you, she wasn't getting paid like she getting paid now, but she got exposure to the world for the first time, you know, and I had a lot of love for them, and I still got love for him. And I think she's an amazing fighter, and I love what he's done for her. You know, he's turned her into a millionaire, to a real star, you know, and she's a woman. And why it take a YouTuber to do that? You know what I mean? Why does it take someone that's not even involved in boxing to do that? Like, and that just shows you, like, women can be stars. You know, if Bob Arum put Michaela on that type of platform, she could be a star too. If they put Shadeja Green on that kind of platform, she would definitely be a star because she's knocking everybody out. She's a beast. She's the next coming of Van Wolf.
Yeah, I know. That's like your best friend.
Right.
It
Like,
is, man.
man, that girl is.
It's
that girl is
sad that by
special.
the time she gets her shot, she'll be like 30-4.
Well, we gonna try to fast track that one, but you know, I'm gonna make sure of that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, listen, we just ready, man. I'm ready to see him do the damn thing. But with Jake though, what I wanted to touch on was that post he did when he was laying in the bed.
Mm-hmm. Well, fake hospital.
Yeah, the fake hospital. He's saying, I'm carrying the promotion. This is when he crossed the line for me. Because all the respect went out the window until he did that. Because, number one, you lowballed him. You lowballed him. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say the number, but you was offering Tommy Fury $2 million. Why he, you know what I mean? And then, on top of that, what is it? What else?
There's so much.
Nah, but on top of that, he gets no pay-per-view. So what?
Damn, as a son of a legend.
Why are we gonna put her to work?
So wait a minute.
They want you to work for free?
No, I'm saying flat fee.
Yes, flat fee. If you don't get no pay-per-view, you ain't getting no concessions.
Remember I told you this was a take it or leave it deal.
For sure.
If you don't take it, then this
when he got the offer and he called me, I said, you joking. I said, nah, run that back. Go talk to Greg, get him on the phone, run that back. Because that's not what you're not accepting that number at all. It was disrespectful. It was a disrespectful number. And when you got all these millions, you donated $1 million to your undercard, and this the number you bring? Respectfully.
But is there some sort of personal issue? Because I know that there's that Bone Adams video, but was there more to that? And did it get more personal that he would treat you in this manner? Because like she said, he has been generous, not just to Amanda, but we were just in Houston with Regis, and he talked highly. Actually, anybody that's been on a Jake Paul card actually talks very highly of him. So, like, is there something personal with you that he's like, nah, send him a fuck you offer?
I just, I be schooling this guy. So I think that, the first time we sparred, I was like toying with him.
Mm-hmm.
I was toying with him. He was breathing so heavy that I was mocking him in the ring. And then the second time we boxed, I was talking to him and got him out his game. That's why he was actually the one that got mad. But when he flips I knew what he was gonna do. I knew what he was gonna do with that. They tell us we can't have no cameras on. And they got their cameras and they rolling in. Oh, okay, he got a couple good shots in him now. Oh, all right. But I knew he was gonna clip it, and if he put it on social media, he would only show that much.
Mm-hmm.
His lack of respect, his disrespect for not only me but for the sport was what you seen when he posted. That's why I was mad. I was never mad about what happened in the ring because it was like a not even. He explains the sparring session as a heated sparring session. How can it be a heated sparring session if I'm in there only using one hand? Is my take from it. Like, you turning your back and running from me like a novice. How is this a heated sparring session? I'm just.
But you don't have the tape though.
I do have the tape.
You just said that they ain't let y'all record.
That don't mean I don't got their tape.
Okay.
You want to see it?
Not that I'm just saying. I'm just saying because things.
The answer will always be yes.
Obviously, the answer is yes. But what I mean is, I don't remember everything I did 2 years ago, 24 months ago. So did I spar him and only use one hand, or was I mostly using my left, but occasionally popped his ass with the right?
It was like I put the right hand out there just so he could see, like, oh, he will use the right hand, but I never threw it to cause any damage. I didn't want to not get paid. Like I said,
that's crazy.
We was in the pandemic, so it was
sure.
no fights coming up. He giving me $150 a round. So yeah, I'm gonna go in there and basically carry him. And I was asked to make this like a confidence builder. Let's get his confidence up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what was happening before I came in, why his confidence would need building.
Mm-hmm.
But they brought me in to basically like to up his morale. So, and that's what I did. And then you can see like before, from the time period that we sparred all the way up until July 7th or July 8th when the fight was announced, Jake Paul never said my name. He never said my name.
That's true.
He never talked about our sparring. He never said anything about me. Never like he did with all these other fighters where he tried to help them or he tried to put them on or whatever the case may be. Never, ever, ever said my name or anything. But the way I got this fight was people in his camp that have known me for years in boxing, they called me and asked me what I was weighing, how much I've been sparring, what I've been doing since my last fight.
Who called you, Jay?
Jay is one of the people that called me. But it was more than Jay. But they was basically, and I'm not saying Jay was the one that did this, but they was just getting a gauge on me to flip the script. Like, they was asking me those questions under the pretense that they was gonna bring me in to spar him for Anderson Silva because I could box southpaw. Then 45 minutes later, I'm getting a call like, oh, they want to fight you. I'm like,
I was just gonna ask how long before, so it was the same day.
It was man, same hour.
Wow.
Same hour. They ain't hold no call. It was a bait and switch. And I don't like I said, it was more than Jay that called me, so I'm not gonna put that on Jay. But it was like like it was very weird and just almost like I don't know the word I'm looking for. But it was just a bad vibe, like how they came at me with it. And then they come at me and they say, like I said, this the only chance you'll get to fight this guy. You'll never get an opportunity like this
He
again.
told Tommy that, though, and then they came back, and Tommy was supposed to get it, obviously, the second time.
And then when even Jake's admitted, we gave Tommy more flights, we gave Tommy more rooms, we gave Tommy the $2 million, we gave Tommy this.
And they gave you nothing.
None of that. I got no opportunity.
They barely give us tickets
to have a voice
real.
in the fight. Like it's, but that goes to show you I didn't take this fight for that. I didn't take this fight for the money. I didn't take this fight for the tickets. I didn't take this fight for nothing but what comes after, because I believe that I can win that much. I believe that I will win that much. Especially the more and more that I train and the more and more I watch him, his fights, some people are what we call gym fighters. Now, I'm not saying he a gym fighter, but what he shows in the gym don't translate over into what happens in the fights. And you can see that if you watch his last performances. I mean, he didn't get much better between the first Woodley fight and the second Woodley fight, in my opinion.
The issue is that's really all you got to see, because ain't nobody else took him no rounds. So it's like you got to see Woodley take him rounds, and that's it. And
then Woodley is, how tall is Woodley?
He's short.
Yeah, he's shorter than me.
Come on, man. Jake's gonna be in a completely different fight now. Jake's got whatever his reach is. Now he's got a guy, whatever Willie's reach was. Now he's got a guy with almost an 80-inch reach. He's
5'9".
He's 5'9". Come on, man. He 5'9". I'm 6'3".
Is there a rematch clause? I've been waiting like 40-something minutes.
No.
To say that. No rematch clause.
No rematch clause.
For either one of you.
Either one of us.
That's crazy.
No rematch clause.
That is crazy.
So he didn't put a rematch on.
He gave you that. Which I don't know. I don't know if
they took it out.
I mean,
they took it out.
Ain't like it's a belt on the line.
There was one.
Yeah, but if he beats Jake gonna want that. He needs that get back. And by not having that rematch, he fucked up.
If you watch the first Woodley fight, when Jake got hit with a 1-1-2 and was on Queer Street by welterweight, and after the fight, he was still thinking about that so severely. You could tell in his demeanor that he probably would not box again. So, come August 6th, I think that, what I'm going to do to him compared to what Woodley did to him, I don't think he's going to be very interested in the sport no more. That's just my personal opinion. I believe I'm going to make this man quit.
But you would give him a rematch.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
What?
Run up that check, baby.
Of course. I'll beat him up. I'll beat his brother up. I'll beat his father up. Just bring it on.
Damn, what does Daddy do?
It's like Sean Porter.
Yo, yeah, that was fucked up, man. Why he bring up Sean Porter like that, man? That was fucked up. You seen that?
No, what happened?
Man, Angel Garcia and Jose Benavidez Jr. got into it at the Barclays at the press conference, and Jose
That was
like,
today, right?
yes,
Right.
and he's like, "You lost to Sean Porter. He a terrible fighter." I'm like, man, Sean ain't bothering nobody. Sean a multiple-time world champion.
Right, yeah, that was wild. That's wild because, you know, Sean is probably the best engine that boxing has seen in the past 20, 30 years.
Nah,
Like,
we said
he has an incredible engine as far as go in him.
So, do you think? How do you not make this close? Because he's an A-side, and he's bringing a lot of money in. He made $45 million last year. They don't want to fuck that up.
So he claimed.
I mean, there's enough people reporting that, man. They don't want.
That's what
Listen,
he's
Showtime don't want to mess it up. They ain't doing pay-per-views for no reason.
Right?
Yeah, and Steven Espinosa just came out this week saying that he looks forward to that Jake Paul relationship to be a long, lasting relationship. So obviously,
what I have to do is what I know how to do, and what I've been doing. I go in there and I'm gonna dominate this man. I'm gonna dominate this man to where they can't take it from me. If it has to be a long, boring Klitschko type fight, then it'll be a long, boring Klitschko type fight. If it has to be a slugfest and I gotta go in there and bang him out, then I gotta go in there and bang him out. He can't show me anything that I haven't seen. And like y'all said, we know what the flaw is in my game, and I believe that, you know, his flaws are greater than mine. I don't think that he's gonna develop this amazing boxing IQ over the course of whenever he fought Willie to now. I don't think that he's gonna, you know, just go leaps and bounds, something that no one's ever done. He's looking for this one shot. He's looking for me to get tired and for him to land this one shot. And like I said before, people don't realize how much size plays into factor in the fight. I mean, when you look at my last fight, you see Kenzie's way bigger than me. He's way bigger than me, and that had a factor on how my conditioning was. It just did. That's just real. That's what it is. And come August 6th, I'll be putting my size on Jake. He's not gonna be putting his size on me. Jake Paul think he about to come in there and walk me down like Kenzie did. It's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna dominate this boy from the start of the fight to the finish of the fight, whether they gotta drag me off of him, drag him off the canvas, or raise my hand at the end of 8.
damn, I didn't remember the first fight was a split decision.
Exactly. He almost lost to Willie.
How was his power in sparring?
I'm gonna let you see, and you gonna see that he hit me with he would hit me with a flush right hand. When you see people get hit with flush right hands, and they don't do anything, they don't go backward. Like when I say I didn't move. I felt like if we was in a wet paper bag, we'd have been waiting all day for Jake to get us out. But I don't take that into the fight because, you know, we fighting with 10-ounce gloves that only take one shot. Like I learned that in my last fight. So I do respect his power, and I'm going in here like I'm fighting Wilder. Like if he land one of them, it could be over. So from the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight, I'm not giving him no right hands. I'm not giving him no hooks. He has a lot of flaws that I look to take advantage of, and I just feel like, you know, had it been Jake Paul in there when I fought on April 29th, I don't think he would have still been standing after everything I hit Kenzie with. I don't think that Jake could take that. So, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I'm right, and I feel like the way that I'm coming for this fight, the way that I've been training, and how I feel about this fight just internally, I don't think he's on my level. I think that, you know, he made a dire mistake. He made a serious mistake. And, you know, anybody could be on his side. Espinoza, whoever, they could be on his side. I was told coming in, before I even turned pro, that Showtime wasn't going to do me no favors. So, but need me or my brother, given the history. So, you know, I'm already knowing what it is. So my job is to go in there and dominate. It's absolutely nothing else that I look like doing. And, you know, I mean, come on, man. This guy just said he would knock out Errol Spence. He would knock out Terrence Crawford. He literally just said this in an interview. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Hell no.
Yes, Jake said he would knock out Errol Spence. He would knock out Terrence Crawford. He would beat Tyson Fury by split decision.
What the fuck?
I mean, this guy is. I'm gonna bring him to reality. We've been doing this for a long time. This is going to be if Jake was a regular fight, he wouldn't even be in no 8-round fights right now. He wouldn't even be in no 8-round fights at 5 fights. I just believe that with my faith.
How many times you went 8
in
your pro career?
I haven't gone 8 yet. I had a 10-round fight my last fight, but it didn't go the distance. But I've been 6 a couple times. But Jake's been 8, but he went 8 with people that have never fought anybody. Jake has never fought somebody that fought somebody else. I mean,
no, everybody was a pro debut. It's true.
The only time he didn't fight somebody in their debut was Woodley, and Woodley only fought him. So he's never fought anyone that fought somebody. He's never fought anyone that is gonna hit him and not get hit. All his fights was, I'm gonna hit you, you hit me back. I'm gonna hit you, you hit me back. And I just think I'm gonna give this boy a lesson.
Do you feel like you could just walk him down because he's a novice? At the end of the day, he's had 1 amateur fight and, like you said, 4 debuters.
I mean, I just feel like whatever I do, whether I want to walk him down, whether I want to stay on the outside, whether I want to bang it or just keep him at the end of my jab, I feel like whatever I want to do, I'm going to be able to do because he's not had to adapt, nor does he been hit with the type of punches that I'm going to hit him with. I think that there's a way to make people quit. It's a way to bring the bitch out of certain fighters, and I'm going to bring the bitch out of Jake Paul come August 6th. I'm going to make him quit.
Now, I'm sure you're expecting all the antics and all the fight week. There's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of
robots
chatter.
And shit.
Yeah, he got the I forgot about the mascot.
The mascot.
Yeah.
His girlfriend probably going to come out the suitcase again.
What?
Oh, you never seen that?
No.
Oh, yeah, he puts that. His legit girlfriend fits in the suitcase.
Bless her heart.
You never seen that
Nah,
either?
I ain't never seen that either.
Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah. He puts it in a suitcase.
I'm just bringing that up to ask, he's gonna attempt the mind games at least. Are you ready for that? Because
don't be surprised if he don't. Don't be surprised if he don't try me. Jay in his camp, so he know not to. I'm not with none of that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Jay or BJ can't control what he does.
You're right, but I mean, he listened to them obviously. He listened to them, but I'm not with none of that. He not going to step over no lines or do nothing to me. So it is what it is. I'm gonna be at the places I'm supposed to be, and then I'm gonna be there on August 6th. But it's nothing he can do to try to see what's on my mind or whatever the case may be. Like he hopped on my Instagram live during the media workout. But, that don't mean nothing to me. It don't
and
mean nothing.
Didn't your live just get cut off?
Yeah, now I can't go live. I can't go live now.
You can't
go live.
I don't know.
You offended
Instagram
somebody.
didn't tell me. I think his people be reporting me or
Oh,
whatever
wow.
the case may be. I don't know, but that don't even mean nothing. Like I don't care about none of that. Jake the one. Look, man, I had 5,000 followers before this fight was announced.
Now you at 250,000.
Yeah, I mean
That's insane.
that's crazy.
And you got your real Instagram back.
I did.
Well, now, yeah, his name. Now you're able to
I did.
actually
I
get your
used my
name.
name, but
Yeah, shout out to Jake, man.
I say that to say, it's not about the followers for me. I could have cared less. I was already where I was at with 5,000 followers.
Shout out Alvina though for the blue check.
Yeah, and my man D, and this game, this fight, this everything is not contingent on followers. It's not contingent.
But it helps. It helps.
It helps, absolutely. It helps, especially going forward. But to me, it helps after It helps after.
Absolutely.
I'm during this training camp.
No,
during that,
for sure.
It has been like it's like whatever. But after when I get to putting my hands on him and get them. Come on, man. I get to putting this jab on him and cutting him up and making him bleed and touching that body he got. Man, I'm going.
Do you feel offended that they've chosen you to be, quote unquote, the first boxer? Because it's like, fight a real boxer. Fight a real boxer.
He wasn't the first. Tommy Fury was.
I mean, he's going to be the first to get in the ring with him.
Yeah, but that wasn't the first choice.
Now,
You're right.
Now, how would it look? I'm asking both. I'm asking both of y'all. How would it look if Shakur Stevenson called out Jermell Charlo to fight at 130? How would that look?
I mean, would
that be realistic?
Nah, they wouldn't even take him serious.
They'd laugh.
Now, what's the weight difference? It's 130 to 154.
That's 24 pounds.
Because Crawford laughed at Gary Russell when he called him out.
I mean, come on, man. It's when you put it like that, it's like they didn't even expect me to take this. They didn't even expect me to take this. So, no, I don't feel disrespected because they didn't come and ask me to fight them at my weight. They didn't come to ask for a Bridgerweight fight. They didn't come to ask for a heavyweight fight. They wanted me to say no, and they wanted me to say no so that they could say, oh, we offered to fight the Hasim Rahman Jr. and he said no. Come on, or like I said, like he did with the clip. He held that clip for 2 years. He held that clip for 2 years, never said a word. Until now that we about to fight, you want to put it out there.
You know that's how it go. Look at Ray J. How long did he hold that for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, while my mind was going through every boxer, like Ray J. Oh shit, he talking about Ray J.
You know that's how that shit go, champ.
Yeah, but I mean that's not like in boxing. That's not how it go with traditional boxing.
For real.
That's something that they bring into the table.
That's his marketing game. That's what it is.
And that's the thing. Like I know that, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna be able to be like, yo, I Jake Paul. I pretty much got him to give me this fight.
So let me get this off. So your father's in your corner and Yoel Judah's in your corner.
Yes.
And then someone from DLX is in your corner, or no?
Yeah, Marshall Enza, he'll be in my corner.
And anyone else?
Sharif.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Y'all got to get Sharif on here, man. I got to get Sharif on the boxing floor.
No, absolutely.
We got him.
That's the producer. He worked with y'all over there in DLX. He got the only one can add and delete from that schedule.
Man, Sharif is one of the brightest boxing minds out. And we just going to prove that, this family, this Rockman, this family is one of the best and one of the most dangerous families in boxing. And I go and put my legacy and my family's legacy. It's all on the line come August 6th, and I'm not coming up short.
It is. I'm telling you. I mean, sheesh. I am feeling convinced, and you are plus money. I like to bet. I bet weekly. You're plus money right now. Like, if you can really do what you say, you're going to make a lot of people rich.
I don't even know what all that means. All I know
plus money means you an underdog, but we can make money off you. So, hypothetically, for every $100 I bet, I make 105 plus my 100.
You know the odds right now?
Yeah. He plus 105, Jake is minus 210. So regardless, you are underdog.
Mm-hmm. But that's good for the people that believe in you.
I mean, shout out to all the people that believe in me. I can plan. Jake Paul can plan. My team can plan. His team can plan. But Allah is the best of planners. Only Allah knows what's going to happen. But I know that when I get in there, I'm going to put my best foot forward. And I know that my best beats his best. I know that not even my best beats his best. I know that he has not seen. It should. And I know that what he's looking for. And he doesn't. This is the thing. If me and McKenzie got the same managers and we got the same team and we were both on the platter, why did you pick me? Why you ain't pick Kenzie if Kenzie the one that just won? He don't believe in himself that much. I believe in my skill set as far as boxing skills is better than Kenzie and Jake. But Kenzie wound up getting Kenzie was the better man on April 29th. I think that there were things in that fight that I could have changed. And not only in the fight, but in preparation to the fight, and I learned so much because when you Jake actually started. I know he been watching me because I might have even said it on y'all show. I might have even said it on the Boxing Voice, but you don't see guys at 12-0 fighting guys, especially at heavyweight, fighting guys at 21 fights with 19 knockouts. You do not see it. Even if you go back and look at the history of the sport, you will rarely see someone with 12 fights fight someone, another undefeated fighter with 90% knockout ratio. You won't see it. As well as I went down face first. How many times in the heavyweight division you see somebody go down face first and get back up? I have a tremendous heart. I have a tremendous will. And I'm going to put it all on the line come August 6th. And Jake is no Kenzie. And I don't think that he's on either one of our levels. So him.
But is that translating in the gym, right? Because like you might be thinking like, bro, I got 90 amateur fights. Like this guy is a novice. How do we know
like I said,
you're doing what you have to do?
Like I said before, he made a mistake by trying to drain me, but really all he made me do was work harder. I just picked up the work ethic.
That's how you know.
I picked up a track coach. I picked up a nutritionist. I'm putting in the work and putting in the time, and it's all documented. All of it is documented how much I've been working.
But speaking of time, didn't he only give you 5 weeks for this fight?
Not 5. We didn't get 5. We got
Like
4. We got 4 weeks to get ready for this.
To lose 30 pounds.
I mean, that's how they do. But I'm already on track. If I stay on the same track that I'm on now, I'll weigh 199 on fight day. Well, on the day before the fight day. I'm actually ahead of schedule.
So no saunas and nothing for you.
I've done.
Sometimes I almost think that they were banking on him not making the weight.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, he's not going to make the weight, so let's just offer him the fight to make it seem like we really want that smoke.
No, for sure.
I've done a ozone sauna. So it's not like a traditional sauna. It's an ozone sauna. So y'all could look that up and see how effective that is. But it's completely different than a regular sauna. I'm not draining myself. And if I felt like I would have had to drain myself or I would have had to starve myself to get in this fight, like how you said, like how Chad looked against Andre Ward, I wouldn't have took it. If I didn't feel like I could 100% make it, even if you know, I'm getting fined 25% per pound that I'm over. So if I felt like I couldn't make 204, then I wouldn't have took the fight. I'm not about to fight this dude for free. So I wouldn't have took it.
But legitimately, how do you know? You ain't been that weight in years.
But I know my body.
But your body ain't let you see that weight in years.
I had actually weighed in for a fight 207. The fight just didn't come. This was like December last year or December or October last year, but my opponent didn't show up because he had COVID. So it's not like we haven't seen this weight. It's not like we haven't gotten down.
So they didn't know that.
No, they don't know that because it's not on BoxRec. So they don't know
because the fight never happened, but you made the weight.
Exactly. So I've been down there. I've already been down there.
And it wasn't for an opponent that motivated you.
It wasn't for.
And it wasn't for the amount of this money. It wasn't for a fight of this magnitude. I get it.
It's crazy because I'm more up for this fight
than I
was for the Kenzie fight.
You have to be.
Yeah, man.
Bro, like you said, your legacy's on the line. Man. You can't overlook this guy because he needs your name.
I mean,
as big as he is, he needs you to legitimize him. If he beats you, he beat his first boxer. Like, you got to understand that.
At the end of the day, I'm fighting for all the Muslims in the world, fighting for the boxing, I'm fighting for the culture. I got a lot of people that I'm fighting for, and I'm 100% confident that he can't do anything with my jab. So I'm bringing all the weapons come August 6th.
I'm trying to figure out, when the money comes in on Jake, does that make him more of an underdog, or does his line always stay the same regardless?
No, the line always moving. Let me tell you, the line's definitely move. You could tell money been coming in on you because a week ago you was plus 200 something. So now he.
So you got to lock that 105 before.
Yeah, you could tell a lot of money's been coming in on you because ain't no line moving that much in a week if it ain't no big money coming in.
Damn, so I might have to lock my little bet in before they change. Wake up tomorrow, you might not be an underdog no more. It might be minus money to both of y'all.
I don't pay attention. None of that. I'm just ready to get in and fuck this boy up. That's the bottom line. I mean, like I said,
but you did say you don't mind if it gets like a Vladimir Klitschko fight.
I absolutely do not.
So a knockout for you isn't like
I'm
you
not
want to
focused-
win.
I'm not focused on
Exactly.
I'm not focused on the knockout. I'm focused on 80. That's the number in my head, 80. I want to hit 80 at the end of the day across the board. Just like we just had 40s across the board. Now I just got to double that. Make it 80. 80s across the board.
80 meaning a 10 each round.
Of course, but
Win round by round.
You
One
know,
round at a time, and he hasn't been in the. I've been through the trials. I've been through national tournaments. I've learned how to take fights round by round, round by round, round by round, minute by minute, and I just don't think that he has what it takes to deter me, and I believe that, after this, I have a great boxing mind. I have great ideas for boxing. So he just setting me up to put everything that I have on
Display.
built and to put it out there and to get the respect that I've been deserving. And the fighters out there that's speaking down on it or speaking down on me, they wish they was in my position. And that was something.
Whoa. So people like hit you up, or you say who's speaking down on in terms of fighters?
Like the boy Chris Eubank, like how he came out and tweeted, "Oh, when you take care of Rockman," but how you look, Chris Eubank? You getting called out by Demetrius Andrade, Conor Ben. You getting called out by world champions, but you turn around and call out a YouTuber?
This is actually right up his alley. Listen to what you said. He's about to fight Conor Ben, who's a welterweight. So he really looking for these type of fights. He not really looking for that real Demetrius Andrade, people in my division smoke.
I mean, but at least Conor Ben as a boxer. You turn around and call out a YouTuber. What other boxers have called out Jake Paul?
A lot.
I have,
Bro,
that's the money fight.
Yeah, Meredith Britis is the cruiserweight WBC champ.
But he
got
old,
a
though.
fake tattoo trying to call him out. You ain't see that shit?
No, I didn't see that.
Right, people have gone above and beyond. There's a lot of people call Jake out.
They
Everybody want that money. Everybody want that money.
This is the thing. Well, this definitely wasn't about the money for me because you could double my purse and I still won't be getting what his other people got.
But you did say it's more than you've ever got.
That's obvious. I mean, that I'm only 12 fights in. It's not hard to beat the most that I ever got.
True.
especially when you're
I'm
fighting
only
on pay-per-view at the Garden.
Come on, man. That goes without saying.
No,
A pay-per-view
for sure.
at the Garden, it got to be the biggest payday I ever got. Come on.
I
that
just
would
saw
be-
DAZN picked it up.
Yeah, it'll be on DAZN too.
For the UK.
For Ireland and the UK.
Oh,
Okay.
shot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's more eyeballs. Amazing.
Absolutely. That's huge. That's
but
huge.
the thing is, none of that mattered. Nothing that was on the contract mattered. It was just like, yo, this is the most money you ever made. This is not the toughest opponent you ever faced, and you can make the weight. Let's do it. It was
And exposure.
exactly.
It's going to put you. I mean, you beat this boy, you about to get endorsed.
Listen,
They going to start calling.
Before I fought Kenzie, Yoel told me this was like probably like a month before the fight, maybe a few weeks before the fight, and he was like, I think we need like 3 or 4 more fights before we fight this kid, and I'm just looking like, nah, man, nah, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew I was gonna be, much better than him skill wise. I knew it. I didn't take into effect his experience and his size, and those are two things in boxing that
You keep saying his size. Was he leaning on you like Fury Wilder? Like, what exactly did you go through?
It was just the sheer fact that he's just bigger than me. He's much bigger than me, and that's why boxing has weight classes.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly why boxing has
How
weight
much
classes.
bigger was he actually?
I mean, he's probably like an inch taller than me.
But I'm talking about like weight wise.
When we weighed in, we was the same. When we weighed in, he was like 4 ounces bigger than me. But the overnight change is where his experience came in. And from that to the moment, I'm not going to give it all up, but from that until the moment the bell rang, there was a whole lot of experience that goes into that I didn't know about. He's been there 21 times before. I hadn't been there. He's fought on that stage where he was the, you know what I'm saying, the
main attraction.
He had already been groomed to go through this. It was another step for him. So when we get in there on August 6th, I'm going to use my experience of already having been there, already having lost, I have a
But
very,
he's
very
been on
solid-
the biggest stage. He's been on this stage that he's bringing you. He's been the one on
this-
pay-per-view.
He's been on this stage with everybody he fought was so much smaller than him.
But he's still been that ace. Yo, I went to that Tampa fight, bruh. He puts asses in seats. Did you see his Ohio fight?
Of course.
Okay, so like they're cheering for him. So yeah, you've been on that stage, but he's been under them bright lights, and he's been under. You know, we gotta give him credit. I don't think I'm a Jake Paul fan, even though I am. But I'm just saying, like, you gotta give him credit. You like you said, you don't see fighters with this record doing 8-rounders, let alone pay-per-views, let alone A-sides, this big of a stage. So I don't know that the light's gonna get in the way.
When you go back, right, and you look at this whole Jake Paul's whole
Career?
whole career, whole being in boxing, the first boxer that vouched for Jake Paul was me. Nobody vouched for this man until I came out and said, "Hold on, the boy can fight. The boy can fight. Like, y'all don't sleep on him." So I'm definitely not sleeping on him, especially being the first person to come out and vouch for him like that. Then we've seen plenty fights where somebody's been the crowd, been there for the crowd, and the crowd gets silenced. The crowd gets silenced.
Devin Haney, Cambosis.
Thank you. The
Yes.
crowd's been silenced because they just can't do it. Just can't pull that trigger. When I go in there, I'm going to silence the crowd. I'm going to actually turn the crowd over to my side, or they're going to be silenced. I'm not giving him nothing. He don't get nothing. He going to have to earn everything he get in there. And just go look at his – when I look at his fights, I'm just like, bro, he's not that. He's not going to be hitting me with the punches that he hit these other guys with. And I just don't think he's, that technically sound to pull it off. And I think that he wasn't worn down or beaten up in any of his fights. I don't
To
think
wear
he's
him
been
down
beat
and beat him
yet.
up, you have to be active.
Yeah.
You have to like throw a lot of punches. Is that something that because I've been hearing outbox him, use my jab, Klitschko. It doesn't matter. A win is a win. So I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna outbox. But if you're gonna beat him up, that means you got to let hands go.
That's why I don't think. Like I said, I think you're gonna quit. I'm gonna bring the bitch out of him. He has not seen anything like me in the ring with no 10-ounce gloves and no headgear. Maybe in sparring, he's had some. He got Chad Dawson in his camp. He sparred Steve Cunningham. He's had Anthony Taylor.
Wait, he has Chad Dawson right now?
Yeah, Chad over there right now. But I mean,
What? But Chad made a comeback. You ain't seeing it. He
It's
just-
I love Chad. I
Me
used
too.
to work with Chad when I was
sure.
with Gary Shaw. I love Chad. I love his wife Crystal. I love him to death.
Me too.
I didn't know he was back. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
And you know what? I hope he's giving Jake the best work he
and
can
Chad
give him.
ain't Chad a southpaw?
Of course.
And
Of
you gonna
course.
come out southpaw?
Who knows?
I mean, you said they ain't let you spar southpaw, which meant you wanted to fight. You rather
No,
fight southpaw,
They just told me not to. So I was like, okay.
but you ain't want to.
I mean, I did for the last 30 seconds, but that's the type of fight I am. If you watch my Mackenzie Morrison fight, I just switch whenever I can, whichever way I'm moving, I just switch.
Let me get some of these questions off before you guys have to dip out. We got a couple of people in the public. James Valdez, San Antonio, Texas says, who wins this weekend? Danny Garcia versus David Benavidez.
Jose Benavidez Jr.
What he said.
I got, I don't know. It's a good fight, but I take Danny. I got you got to take Danny on that one.
Decision or knockout? You don't have to.
154.
You don't have to say if you don't want.
154. I think Danny gonna come with some power. I got Danny by knockout. I mean, Jose been stopped at a lower weight, but
By Crawford in the 12th.
Yeah.
He made it to the 12th with Bud.
Yeah, but I think Danny cracking a little bit more than Bud. And I think especially with this weight, with this weight he got, I think he might be a little dangerous.
Well, I mean, if anyone believes the bookies, then, you're right, because the bookies have Benavidez as a huge underdog. He's like a plus 515. That's like you put 100, you make 515 plus your 100 back.
If you were a betting man.
If you were a betting man.
No.
Obviously you on your Dean. We got Caesar right here in Las Vegas says, thank you for coming on the show, champ. How do you think the rehydration clause will affect your performance?
I don't. I think that obviously if there was no weight cut or whatever, I would be more comfortable. But I think that the commission got it right. They fixed the things that needed to be fixed, and I think that my performance would be A1 come fight night.
We got Ruin of 504 New Orleans says, do you think the whole world is underestimating you since you're coming off of a loss?
Absolutely. And, I feel like my loss was controversial. That's just the nature of the game.
Let me chime in on that one.
Go ahead.
I feel like when boxers get one loss, they get written off like they trash. And
the exact opposite of MMA.
Right. And that's all due to, I feel, the Floyd Mayweather effect. Right? Everybody wants that O. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have that O, you're some shit. But if you go back before Floyd Mayweather, guys had plenty losses.
I mean, you can't name a legend that doesn't have one.
Exactly. I mean, Bernard Hopkins lost his pro debut. And look, you know what I mean? Like, everybody might have a hiccup here and there. We're not perfect, And just because he got that loss, that might actually make him a better fighter because he's like, I'm not going to get hit with that shit again. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So he's not going to take the same risks that he would if he didn't have that loss. So I just look at it as maybe it's a good thing. It's a blessing in disguise. And maybe if he didn't have that loss, he wouldn't have this fight.
Absolutely.
I know I wouldn't have this fight
yeah.
if I didn't lose. There's no way I would have this fight. Even if I didn't even fight Kenzie, I wouldn't have this fight. Just because of the fact that I would be undefeated. I don't think that they would have took that risk. I know they wouldn't have took that risk. Like I said, he never said my name.
No, this is a big leap, man.
He never said my name until it was
not
time
just
for me
that,
to
but
say
you
for
got
sure.
over a dozen fights, don't you? Don't you have over a dozen fights?
I got 13.
13 now, but you were also saying that you and Kenzie got the same manager, and obviously he's the one that won the fight. So it's like if you really wanted to make that big of a statement, you would assume T would have went for him, right? Because he beat you.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't look at it. I still think it's a big. You're elite, bro. You're a son of a legend. You have legit pedigree. The blood that goes through you is true boxing blood. You have 90-something amateur fights. It's still a huge jump for his ass. He's not supposed to be in the ring with you. You know it on paper.
And
on paper,
that's why I've been putting in the work to go ahead and show it. It's credit to my team, man. I have an amazing team. And, they all came together. We all got in sync for this very fast. And, I just felt like, they made a huge mistake. And they're not going to realize it until it's too late.
When did you go to your father about this opportunity, and what was his initial reaction?
He couldn't believe it. And immediately I went to him. But he couldn't believe it. And then, I kind of took some time. And right after I got off the phone with him, I was like, called him right back. I was like, you know what? I said, I'm gonna take it. He was like, all right, let's go. But I was like, you know why I'm gonna take it? I said, it's absolutely no way that any time in your career they would have offered you to fight Jake Paul, you would have said no. And I'm your son, so let's go knock this boy out.
Speaking of you being his son, I like how you held
he looking all over. Who's that talking? Yeah, I know the producer behind
the TV.
I've been holding it for a minute, but I like how you held yourself at the actual press conference. You ain't really falling to the gimmicks and games and things. Like, you held yourself pretty well, and you got the same demeanor as your pops too. It's like a no bullshit type demeanor. Like, you ain't playing around. You dead serious out here. You good at being yourself. I mean, good at being yourself.
I got to thank my father for that. Him and my mom, they raised me to be humble, and
shout out Crystal.
To know that everything that happens, it's not him, it's not my father, it's not me. Everything that happens is from Allah. So I'm just thankful to Allah that to give me this opportunity and to prove that I am a great fighter, and that's what I'm gonna prove. I don't know how much is going to prove by beating a guy, because whenever in boxing is a funny game, because whenever you go into boxing, whoever fights, I don't care who it is, every single fight, no matter what, you can never, ever, ever satisfy everybody. There's always going to be something to say. So after I beat this boy up, they're going to be like, oh, you just beat up a guy with only, you know what I'm saying?
No, they're going to
Like,
say
it was
you
a
did what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Right.
But there'll still be critics and there'll still be trolls and
Oh,
and
he
all
went
that.
he went 6 rounds with a YouTuber.
Devin got all the belts. Now they don't matter.
No.
Exactly.
Belts don't matter no more.
I could go in there and knock him out in the first round. They still gonna have something to say.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I just put my best foot forward and my faith in Allah, and we're gonna go make it do what it do. He don't have more heart than me. He don't have a better skill set than me. He's not better than me at any aspect. That's just my belief. I think that I run the board when it comes to, my reach, my height, my weight, my experience. He may have a edge in speed, but we got a way to make that even. I think that, you know, my boxing know-how and my boxing experience is going to be the major problem for him. There's so many things. I could show him a different style every round.
But you know they say timing beats speed, so.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to be in the game to learn timing.
I got a few more for you. Big Casual says, what's up, champ? With your father being a DC legend, are you familiar with go-go music, and do you listen to it since you grew up in Vegas? If so, what's your favorite go-go song?
Well, go-go
First-
music, that ain't
from
from Vegas.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
first of all, we not from
He
DC. We from
Big
Baltimore.
difference.
So yeah, I'm not really too big on the go-go. It's a big difference. I'm from Baltimore. My father from Baltimore. He just used to train in DC. But yeah, I don't have no go-go. bullshit.
No go-go hits for you?
No go-go.
I
on
actually
my
like
playlist.
Oh,
go-go, actually.
Okay.
I
Give him a hit. Give him a go-go hit.
That one that no, Adele, the Adele version of the Adele song.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't know.
Nah, what's
I
the
had
real
no
famous
clue.
Adele song?
No
They got
clue.
he know what I'm talking about. There's one Adele song, like one of her first hits,
I know Adele because
and they remixed it go go. That's my joy.
I know Adele because she date what's his name? LeBron's man. Like that's how I
Rich
found
Paul?
Yeah, Rich Paul. That they together, right? Her
I'm not sure.
yeah, Rich Paul and Adele, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I used to have a little townhouse in Largo.
I don't know nothing about go-go.
I got a few more. So next one is from Young Tigre in San Antonio that says, can you break down Nate Robinson and Ben
Askren.
Yep. Boxing attributes?
It wasn't many. They those guys were, you know, people who came from backgrounds that were not boxing. So, you know, they weren't. And then they both got. I think Nate got knocked out in the second round, and Ben Askren got knocked out in the first round.
Right.
So it was not very much to see. So can't really take too much from those fights. You know, Jake done what he's supposed to do. You know, he has a pretty much an unlimited, you know, training camp where he can hire whatever it needs that he needs work on. He can hire and pay for whatever the training that he needs to happen. And, you know, most 98% of people that get into boxing are not able to do that. And they're boxing so that they can be able to do that. They fight their way to be able to do that. So with him having, you know, so many months and now years in the gym over those guys who they give them, 2-3 months notice, and, now you got to learn how to box and switch it over to boxing. I mean, you know, you expect for them to get knocked out. Well, I expected for them to get knocked out. I called the Ben Askren getting knocked out in the first round. It's on my Twitter. I called Nate Robinson getting knocked out, told him he was in trouble. I didn't know what was going to happen with Willie because I wasn't too familiar with Willie, but a lot of people say that Willie actually won the first fight. I mean, and then like you said, he a 5'9" welterweight. I mean, UFC welterweight. So he's a 5'9" light heavyweight, which would not even be in boxing. What light heavyweights are 5'9"? Jake's in trouble,
Canelo,
man.
well, shit, I don't even know if you could call Canelo one after he just
He's a
lost to
welter-
Bivol, right?
Yeah, like, come on.
You know, but
And,
No, that's-
and like I said, you don't see Jamel Charlo calling out Dimitri Bivol, do you? How would that look? To me, Jake pussy for doing that, and I'm gonna expose him.
I got Dominic in Seattle. He says, man, fuck that rehydration clause. Put the money on yourself. Word is born. No one in that room got you winning. Stay up. Never get lazy. I got you winning. Put that 1-2 together and keep him guessing. Okay.
Heard
the
you,
biggest fan.
Sarah got me winning though.
He a hater anyway. So.
Shout out Seattle. We got the best dad ever from Baltimore. He says, get that win for Be More Champ. Put him in the dirt, tank style. Good luck. Flexing emoji, gorilla emoji.
That way we gonna welcome him to the trenches, man. Y'all know what it is.
Lids Low in Decatur, Georgia says, say, champ, I'm going for you. I really think you're going to get the win. I just want to say, if you throw this fight, bro, you killing the boxing game. Please be a boxer and do what you do. Salute, champ. That's what I'm saying, because nobody expects you to lose to him because of the, like, obviously you are expected to lose because you're the underdog. But, like, people in boxing think, like, there's no way you should lose because you have all this
I find
experience.
that so crazy though. Like they have him as an underdog. Like I really do. It's like, and it just shows you how much people don't know boxing. Like they really don't know.
I mean,
but that's really swayed by money because I just want to tell you guys, like, a week ago I could have bet 100 on you, won 200 back. Now it's even money because that much money's came in on you. So that's just affected by obviously, yes, ahead of time. You know, they going to put out what they believe. But that shit really persuaded by money and how much of it coming in.
Mm.
you know,
Can't-
it's,
Go
just,
ahead,
just to
Champ.
touch on that, because a lot of people keep saying that, but it's like, yo, to this sport that we do, it's not a game. And it has afforded me to go to private school my entire life. All my brothers and sisters, we all private school educated. And my father never disrespected the game, never did anything or sold himself short. So there's absolutely no way that I could get in there and call myself a man if I was paid to take a dive or some BS like that. Like that's crazy that people would even think that of me. I love this sport. And it's no price worth what the boxing legacy means to my family and myself. So, and then on top of that, if he did try to do something like that, I would expose him, and I think he know that. So
He ain't taking a dive for the amount of money he was offered.
That's
That's for sure. If
Crazy.
they offer something like 10, 20 million, I'll be like, that's not even one. You know what I mean? If he was setting up his family for life, like some generational wealth.
I mean, but 10, 20 million, not something that my family ain't seen before.
But you ain't gonna sell your soul.
Never. And I couldn't get in there with, I have aspirations to fight for world titles. I didn't have aspirations. I wasn't even thinking about fighting no fucking Jake Paul. I want to fight for world titles. Like I said the last time I was here, I want to fight for the Bridgeweight world title. I wasn't thinking about fighting no Jake Paul. This is just an opportunity that was afforded to me, and I'm gonna take advantage of it.
I'll tell you what, you beat him, I bet you Rivas will give you that shot real quick. Rivas going to be interested in putting on the
and
show.
his card just got canceled, too. He was going to
did,
defend it. Yeah.
It did. The one in Colombia.
The one in Colombia. He was going to defend it for the first time.
I was looking forward
It was
to
actually going to be another title fight on that card, but regardless, that shit got canceled. So,
Yeah, so that opportunity is right there for you. We got Canna in Nebraska. He says, in your last bout, it seems you gassed a bit. What have you done to increase stamina? Hey, Serafina.
Hey, no, what me? Goddamn it!
No, he's just saying.
I'm like, who say hey?
No, I mean, he's saying hey to you.
Oh, hey, honey.
It's,
Like it what me increase the stamina.
my last fight, it was inexperience for me. That was the reason why my tank did what it did, and it was a error in preparation. I bought in. If you want to know what I've done to aid my cardio and my stamina, I bought in a nutritionist and I bought in a track coach. So those two things I believe are going to be a major difference, as well as things that I've changed in the gym, as far as the boxing gym and the strength and conditioning gym. So my team, they changed everything all around. So
Shout out Derek, right?
Yeah,
shout out Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson, Coach Jordan, Augie Sanchez.
That's your first time working with Derek?
Yeah, for a camp. Yeah, this was my first time working for him for a camp. But yeah, Zab Judah, Kevin Henry, We got
shout out Coach Kevin
a
too.
whole host of my team is very tight, and I work with all of them almost every day. So my team and my dad's the head of the whole.
And you train
camp.
at night, right?
I train at morning, afternoon, and night. I'm on the track 5:30 in the morning.
But
Boxing at
boxing
night.
gym at
Yeah,
night.
Yeah,
Boxing.
boxing gym at night. Yeah, boxing gym at night because the fight's at night.
We've heard Floyd say that. Info Joe in California says, thanks for coming over on the TBV. What's the best advice your father gave you about boxing in general? Good luck in your fight.
Thank you. And my father always tell me to keep focused, stay focused. That's the main thing because he'll tell me like, yo, look, Devin, Shakur, Earl, Boots, none of these guys got anything that you can't do. You just gotta focus. And I see it come true, and I think that he's right. There's not something that I've been challenged to do in the ring that I haven't been able to adapt and go do. So I feel like with my last fight, like I said, it was an error in preparation, or I would be right there with these guys. And I look to be with them one day. Raise the world title one day, and that's my goal. Shout out to Tank and shout out to Shakur and Devin and all these fighters that I've trained with before that, I know what it takes I know what it takes to do in the gym. I know what it takes to have my faith right and go in there and become a world champion. So I'm gonna do that.
So how many fights did you have at super middleweight?
I never fought
Never?
super.
What's the lowest you fought? Because when I was going back and forth with Ibn, he was making it seem like you've been low before.
The lowest I ever weighed for a fight was probably like 193, 192.
Okay.
Even in the amateurs?
Yeah, in the
Okay.
amateur. That was in the amateur. I never weighed 190
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
in the pros.
And the pros
Yeah.
211.
Okay. Well, I guess officially, but
Right,
like you
officially,
said, you stepped on that scale lighter, and that was recently too. So
That was I was supposed to fight. It was either November or October last year in Baltimore, and we didn't. I went to the weigh-in, and I've had that happen before where I had to weigh in, and then my opponent would come in way later and weigh in, but he wound up not
showing
coming. He
at
wound up
all.
not even showing up. So the official weight never got posted.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got
that
two
would be
more.
my lowest.
Big Supermax in Plainview, Texas says, was there any bad blood with the Mayweather camp after the lawsuit from the Doghouse Sparring All Access? But you can't talk about that, I believe y'all said already, right?
Right.
Moving forward, King Amin in Essex, New Jersey said, peace, champ, and good luck in this fight. No questions, just get it done.
Thank you.
Champ.
I'm focused. I got it.
let's go.
With the salute emoji. So those are all our questions from the people. If you have any social media you want to give out.
Y'all go follow me on Hasim Rahman Jr. Go follow Sarah at Fina, the artist.
Sarah, when you gonna paint us a beautiful piece?
I got you. I see you got all that art in the gym, man. You need a
we need a
piece.
we need a Serafina
Sure.
We
piece.
need one for the studio.
Word, yeah,
And
right.
one for the gym.
I got you.
So I seen you post the other day, one of the females you're working with that just got into the top 10. Can you tell us a little bit about her and should we be looking out for her?
Which one, Elham?
I just seen it on your story and you circled the ranking.
Oh yeah. So Elham Khalid, I had her fighting in Dubai against Delphine Persoon. It was a very, very close fight. They gave Persoon the win, but that was her first loss. She's from France. Phenomenal boxer. Really, really good. I mean, I was super impressed. Had no idea she would bring that kind of heat to the table. I mean, Delphine Persoon arguably won the first fight with Katie Taylor, and she's just a dog, one of the best in the game. And Elham's up next, man. That girl could really, really scrap. She's beautiful, super marketable. She just hasn't had the exposure like a lot of these women haven't had, like Shadeja, for example. But I'm ready to put her on the platform, and she's right there for another shot at the title. Mauricio from WBC loved her. She was actually supposed to fight Baumgartner at one point, but Baumgartner got sick, so the fight got canceled for whatever reason. But go check her out, man. She's super,
Who you
super
picking in that
talented.
fight?
Baumgartner, Michaela. You know, I actually really like Baumgartner. Like I think she's a phenomenal boxer. She's beautiful.
Definitely.
You know,
Word is born.
she's a beautiful woman, man. Like I really love her. Michaela, you know, I think that she gets better every fight. Like she's actually really impressed me. You know, her jab is great. You know, she's really keeps people on the end of her jab, and she's just really her skill level. I think Coach K is a phenomenal trainer. And
Coach Al.
Yeah, Coach Al.
Coach Al Mitchell, yes,
brings
sir.
a lot to the table, and you know, I just think it's a really 50-50 fight. You know, I don't really have anyone in that one. I think they both bring something special to the table. Alicia, she's got that great overhand. You know, she's got that power. It's gonna be interesting, man.
So, Rockman,
I forgot.
what?
I won the Golden Gloves here in Nevada at 175.
Oh,
I
see,
forgot about that because it was so long ago.
he texted you like, "Come
two-
on, nephew."
I forgot what I did win the Golden Gloves here. I won the Nevada Golden Gloves, states and the regionals at 175. So that's definitely.
It's crazy.
a weight that I
I'm
made
more
for.
interested in this fight after this interview because I didn't know your amateur background was that extensive.
Yeah, I won the Golden Gloves.
So
here.
crazy that they're jumping into this fight.
I won the Golden Gloves here, Wisconsin, and somewhere else. I forget where else, but I think it was one of those. Oh, Michigan. When I was in Northern Michigan, I won all those Golden Gloves, and I fought at you know. When I was in Michigan, they wanted me to go down to 178, but I was so stubborn. I was like, nah, I can win it at 201. I just want to win it at 201. But I've always been, you know, especially since I've been heavyweight, a lot of people that have been watching me for a long time be like, yo, you're a dominator at cruiserweight. Look at you. Like, you just be, when I went to Spa, I was boxing Gassiev. He even told me, he was like, man, you go to cruiserweight, you can be the man. And I was like, okay, bet. But you know, I stayed at heavyweight, and this was the first time the cruiserweight door opened for me because I always was like, yo, it ain't no money at cruiserweight. I don't have no interest in it. Now, ironically, it's the biggest payday in my career gonna be at cruiserweight. So
Speaking of ironically, Tabiti's moving up to heavyweight. You seen that? August
didn't know
20th. He's on the AJ card fighting Tyrone Spung from
I
Florida.
did see that.
Heavyweight.
Does
Interesting.
Spung have a boxing record?
Yeah, 14-0, but he hasn't fought since 2019. He's more known for kickboxing.
Okay, yeah, I'm like he came from somewhere else though, right? Yeah, I think
He just got knocked out in kickboxing.
I think Tabiti gonna do his thing in that one, and I think Michaela gonna do her thing when it's time for her to go.
Oh wow, you picking Michaela?
Yeah.
Wow.
What about Clarissa? Clarissa and Marshall.
I think Clarissa gonna. I don't think nobody gonna beat Clarissa.
Back to that Michaela though, is it because her activity? You think she's going to overwhelm Baumgartner with activity?
It may be a little personal because you know me and Michaela been friends since college.
Oh.
We went to the same college. So.
Okay.
But I just I think her skill set and her will, that girl, she different. And like she said, she get better every fight. So I look to see the best of her.
So you run with headphones?
Sometimes, yeah.
What do you use, like AirPods? Bose?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because our sponsor texted me. He wants you to have a set of these Kenichi Bear headphones.
Yeah, just like that.
So if you want, you can have these. I mean, they're also gaming
They're
headphones. Do you have any
welcome.
children?
You could let them know that we also got a space on the trunks for them too, if you want.
Okay.
That way
You can also
You
put
wanna
this
come
on his
on board?
trunks. For the Jake Paul fight, maybe we could get that Kenichi Bear logo.
He's actually an amateur fighter.
He is.
His father during the pandemic told him, obviously everything was shut down, school, all that.
Thank you.
So told him to come up with a business plan, and he did. And now he has, a couple amateur fighters and, just fighters across boxing.
Yeah, Kamel Moulton, actually, who used to be at DLX.
Kamel is up next.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to actually put it back on my Instagram because I had to archive it. But this was like maybe, and it's crazy because when I talked to him about it, he didn't even remember. It was like, I think 3 or 4 years ago, I just so happened to be driving, and it was Father's Day, and I had pulled into a parking lot, like a random parking lot, and I see this little kid outside hitting the pads with his dad, and I was like, let me see if this kid real. Let me go see this kid real. So I walked over there like, yo, can I get a little? His dad knew who I was, but he didn't know who I was. And Carmel was like, I'm talking about he was like a little kid. So I got to work with him on the pass. I'm like, dang, he actually pretty nice. Let me go follow this little kid and da-da-da. And this is before I promise you, before anybody knew who he was.
Yeah.
Man, I think that Carmel is I think he next up, man.
He got the total package.
He definitely got it. And watch out for Carmel, and he's around the same age as my little brother. My little brother, I think, is a little younger than him, but they're gonna be coming up around the same time. Hasim Rahman, them two, man, they're gonna be doing a lot of damage out here.
Sounds like Carmel gonna sign a Floyd though.
That's hey, I mean, look at Tank.
Look at Tank on his Twitter. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Take a picture with you real quick. If you have kids, those are also gaming headphones. So, like, you could put a mic in them or take them off.
Okay,
just
and
I'll
be on the PS5.
Yeah, it come with a mic, too. So,
yeah, it come with the mic.
Yeah, so
Danny loves them.
Yeah, no, I rock them every day. I was going to say, I think we might be able to just wrap up.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take that picture and do our thing.
Sure.
Yeah, Serafina, if you want to give out any social media.
Oh, yeah, Serafina _ the artist. Also, I want to make mention that I just signed Hollywood.
Who, the champ?
The champ.
I seen you post that.
I just signed Hollywood, the champ. She's fighting this weekend on Saturday. She took a fight on a week and a half notice. She's fighting Holly Lawson at the Commerce Casino on BXNG. So y'all can tune into that.
What's Lawson's ring name? Isn't it like the Bear?
The Bear, yeah. She hasn't fought since 2012.
Okay, that's why I was about to say, wow, Hollywood taking a step.
Yeah, but you know, she's 42 years old, hasn't fought since 2012.
She still got that experience. Let's see what Hollywood got.
You know, like, I got to give her credit, but this is how women fight. They you know what I mean? Like, they take them short notice fights because they don't have the opportunities. You know what I mean? And you also, you know, a lot of women had those lopsided records, or they have the multiple losses, but because they fight, like Melissa Hernandez, for example, fought.
She's got a fight coming up.
Yeah, she's got a fight coming up, but she fought Layla McCarter 4 times. Doesn't happen in men's boxing.
Yeah,
like, they fight each other multiple times. So like, there's like, you gain a rapport with these.
Well, I mean, back then it wasn't a lot of women.
Right.
Now it's getting a little bit
more.
popular.
Yeah, it's a little bit more popular. But yeah, no, but definitely.
But you do well with women. You're able to move them well.
Yeah. I mean, because I know them. You know, I personally know them. I support them. You know, and because I know the grind. Like, I started.
My girl Shadeja.
Yeah, man,
so she could be a fucking star before she has a kid.
Please,
or some crazy
y'all go
shit, man.
check out. First of all, Shadeja ain't having no baby.
I mean, you know, her wife had a kid.
I mean, you know,
that's still
one step at a time.
That'll still slow her down. If the wife had the kid, it's the same thing.
Right, but I think she's very focused, and she's definitely, you know, on the straight and narrow path to
Is she gonna get the fight Cruz, or would it be?
I'm bringing her out to London. I'm going to London. I'm going to London for Clarissa.
Boxing? Oh, you just bringing her out?
Oh, yeah, I'm bringing her out there because we going to start calling people out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give her that big media push that she needs. You know, I'm bringing her out to London, and she gonna rock with me, and we gonna let the world see who she really is. Like, I'm calling her the next coming of Ann Wolf. You know,
I've been saying that on this show.
This girl is a problem. She's a sight to see.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that I've seen a woman with power like that since Ann Wolf.
Right.
Shadeja's nasty with it.
No, but the difference between her and Ann Wolf is Shadeja is a slick
right.
boxer.
She definitely is. Like, I mean, I hate to say it.
She
like,
got a Mexican double left hook. I guarantee you, when you see it, you're gonna be impressed.
No, I mean, I've been impressed with the shit you've shown me.
Everything is super sharp. You know, she's slick. She's sharp. Like, sharp.
Didn't you say she dropped you a couple times?
She did not drop me, but technically it would have been a knockdown because I turned around and started running. Because it was either that or take a knee and have a knockdown by a woman. So I just turned my back for a little bit, ran away.
He's a track star.
Ran away for a little bit, but that's okay. I'm telling you, she's good.
Nah, for sure.
I think that the one knock that I have is that I feel like maybe that Mexican style could be her problem.
Yeah, shout out her managers. So she does have management. Veronica and Danny, they've been getting her to fights and just to build her record and stuff. But I'm here to support, help the team come on board, and give her the exposure that she needs, because I'm just all about the women, man. I love the women.
That's why y'all on women's boxing. I just want to say, Shanisa Estrada is absolutely
just won a top rank.
Yeah,
just
top
signed a
rank.
top
Yep.
rank. Shout out to her. I think that, I got respect for all the women that's in boxing, but I just think skill for skill. I just don't think nobody could.
Yeah, she's special.
They got somebody coming for her.
Well, I hope they bring their A game.
Bo, what's the name of the dude that trains Borrero? He's got the woman Yadira Baustos.
I'm unsure. I'm uncertain.
He go by Mitmaster on IG.
Yeah, I don't know his real name, but I know his IG name.
I'm sorry, damn. You know the name of that gym, though?
I'm uncertain on that as well. I can look it up, though.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to go ahead and take this picture, though. Thank you, Champ, for coming in.
No doubt.
Serafina, thank
Absolutely.
you. We'll be right back after a quick intermission and taking this picture with Hasim Rahman and Serafina. What's up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content, or right here on our YouTube members.